Follow the leaders. What's up, music lovers? My name is Kev Rowe, and I'm a working singer-songwriter. Welcome back to my Patreon tutorial, where we're going over different ways that you can use Patreon to support your career, your passion, your business, your music. So in this video, I wanted to talk about something that I call follow the leaders. Basically, the idea here is if you're new to Patreon, or even if you're not new, if you've been on the platform for a while, there are people who do this really well. And a lot of people. So most of the people who have been successful on Patreon so far are YouTubers. People who have huge followings on YouTube, but some on Facebook, some on Instagram, some vloggers, some bloggers. There's a wide variety now, and it really doesn't matter what your niche is or what your segment is. You can be successful on Patreon by following the leaders in your industry. So me as a musician, one of the first things that I did when I got on Patreon is I looked at who is doing this successfully and how are they doing it. So I personally follow Walk Off the Earth, Pomplamoose, Peter Hollins, Natalie Dawn, Ernie Halter, Julia Nunes, Max Garcia Conover, who is a friend of mine, and that's it. So I follow 6 or 7 artists, all for $1 a piece, at a $1 per month contribution, and it's serious education. I mean, you learn from these people who, like I said, they know what they're doing. Peter Hollins, let's take him for an example. He has 1.6 million fans on YouTube. So his way of monetizing that type of exposure and his connection with his fans is very intriguing to me, because it can give me insight on how I can use his theories, strategies, and reward systems to give to my patrons and to provide value. So it's not enough just to watch these people. If you take out your wallet, take out your credit card, sign up at $1 per month, you're in their ecosystem. You need to get in the ecosystem to learn from these people. How often do they post their content? What time of day are they posting their content? How often do they do a big sales event, like a new CD or get your name on my album type of event to really crank out, boost, new patron activity? What are they doing? They have lots of money on the line here, and watching what they do is super important. So I also want to mention, it's not about music here, people. This is about hard and fast business. Do I like all these guys' music? That doesn't matter. I want to learn their business strategies, right? I mean, I have great respect for all of these artists and what they do and what they bring to YouTube, the online community, and nothing but the most respect. But me liking their music has nothing to do with it. So, yeah, this is about business and learning. The other thing is you want to be an early adopter. Like the people who get into Patreon first and grow the quickest do get the biggest, what they call a land grab. So when you have this land grab, basically you become one of, Amanda Palmer too, she's a great one to follow, obviously. So this land grab means you get social proof, you get a good reputation in this platform, and that does bring new patrons. Not as many as you would think, but it does bring a lot. The other thing I did want to mention here is this is about relationships and collaborations. You are supporting other people who are artists just like you are. I mean, that's a beautiful thing to do. You're supporting art and music. You're almost a hypocrite if you ask other people to support you and you don't support other artists and musicians. This is super, super important stuff. You're a part of a community. These other artists and musicians will start to hear your name. And even if they don't want to collaborate with you or aren't into your music, maybe they don't like what you do. Maybe they don't like what you stand for. I may have some of those people out there too. I'm sure I do. But they know your name. They know who you are. You start getting respect with them. They might take a second to go, hey, I'm going to check out his content and see what he's doing over there because I have an interest in this platform, what's happening here, and how other people are making money too. So yeah, it's about relationships, getting yourself out into the community and that ecosystem and learning from it. So follow the leaders. And you should be following me. I am pretty successful here on Patreon. Currently, I'm making $2,500 per month on Patreon with my specific niche of the music world. And I put out content all the time. I'm changing my rewards all the time. I'm changing my layout on my page, on my Patreon landing page all the time. So yeah, you should be following me. The other thing, I just set up this new club, which I'm calling the Musicians Club, which is a closed Facebook group where anyone who signs up in the Musicians Club on Patreon to support my career, I invite them to join the Musicians Club. What's the Musicians Club? It's a closed group on Facebook of musicians, artists, entrepreneurs, creatives, where we share marketing tips. We talk about advertising, we talk about growing each other's careers, we give each other advice, we ask each other's questions, and I'm calling it the Musicians Club. Do you have to be a musician? No, you don't. But the idea is that you want to learn strategies to grow online. So I set up this Musicians Club specifically as an intro to meet other musicians, and once we get a relationship built, they might become an advertising client for me because I offer customized special advertising packages in my Patreon too. So on Patreon, I've got music, CDs, t-shirts, special access, advertising packages, and a lot of other things. So follow the leaders, follow me. $5 gets you in the group. Follow me for $1 if you want. Either way, you got to dive into this ecosystem and learn from these leaders. Subscribe to my channel here if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.